Hey truckers, got a bit of a ridiculous story coming out of California that you might want to pay attention to, and I'll give you my thoughts on it and what makes it so ridiculous. Here we go. Okay, so here's a headline out of cdllife.com. You guys already know CDL Life is a trucker publication. I don't even know if they've got a print format, but they're running an online version these days. So here it is. CHP nabs semi-driver for 19 miles an hour over the state's truck speed limit. CHP is California Highway Patrol. So here's the article. They're advising that this dude got caught for almost 20 miles an hour, 19 miles an hour over the speed limit. Speed limit in California for any trucks and any vehicle at all towing another trailer. It doesn't matter if you're in a Prius towing a U-Haul trailer. Your speed limit in California is 55 miles an hour because you've got more than 3 axles. So they nabbed this guy doing 74. So 19 miles an hour over. Says the law forbids anybody towing a vehicle to travel more than 55 miles an hour. CHP said, speed kills, slow down.
That's when I realized he was a fucking idiot.
They caught quite a bit of hell for this post on social media because people were calling out the differential speed limits. And right here, this guy says, speed differentials kill more than just speed. What they're talking about is the different speed limits for domestic vehicles versus commercial trucks or anybody else towing. Says if everyone's doing 80 and you're doing 70, then you're the problem. If you go onto that social media post where California Highway Patrol was talking about the speed limit for commercial trucks and anybody towing any kind of trailer at all, and you read the comments that people left for the CHP, you'll see that they were exactly right. Differential speed limits which will allow cars to travel faster than trucks or any towing car, any towing vehicle, are absolutely ridiculous. They make it unsafe to travel on that road. Look, this is just regular grammar school physics right here. This is Newtonian physics. The laws of physics say that any two objects can travel in the same line at the same speed and never collide. Only when there is a differential speed, a change in speed or direction, that collision is possible. So, what does that mean? That means that trucks and any other vehicle that's towing can travel just as fast as all the other cars can travel in a straight line and never, ever, ever have a crash. Ever. Can you do 70 miles an hour in a truck? Sure. I do 80 all the time. I'm passing other people all the time. Can you do 100 miles an hour and never crash with another car who's doing 100 miles an hour in the same direction? Yeah, that's what physics tells us. That's what common sense tells us ever since the 8th grade science class. You can do 1,000 miles an hour in the same line, side by side with another car doing 1,000 miles an hour, and you'll never crash until one of you changes speed or direction. That's when you get in trouble. California has the slowest speed limit out of all the country. There are other states that knock you down to 55 miles an hour. I think the Buckeye years ago used to be 55 miles an hour. Oregon years ago used to be 55 before they bumped it up to 60. But those limits are ridiculous. The CHP said speed kills, slow down.
He was a fucking idiot.
You know what kills California Highway Patrol? Differential speed limits. And I'll tell you something else. If you speed these trucks up, allow them to go faster, allow them to go the same speed limit as everybody else is going, not only will you reduce the crash rate, but you'll also increase the speed at which freight gets delivered to its destination. One of the quickest ways to improve the economy in the state of California is to get in line with common sense, get in line with 8th grade physics, and increase that speed limit. You increase the speed limit for trucks, and everybody's traveling in the same line at the same speed, they're never going to crash, and you get your freight delivered a lot quicker. You're talking thousands of trucks running up and down California every day. Thousands of trucks. California is probably the biggest state for trucking. It's far bigger than any other state on the coast. Oregon and Washington, those guys ain't pumping anything out. Washington is a little bit when you get up north into the ports. Portland is. But as far as the Pacific coast goes, California is beating them hands down. Thousands of trucks. California depends on trucks. You want to increase the economy in California? Raise the speed limit like basic grade school level science tells you is the safest thing to do, and you'll get that done pretty quick. Now, why truck drivers continue to go in and out of California and haul freight out of California, haul produce out of California, is beyond me. These guys that are running Interstate 10, that LA to Florida route, up and down I-5, they stay in California. That I-5 corridor, those guys are staying in California. California is bigger than Oregon and Washington combined on I-5. Fuel prices are the highest in the country, and the speed limit is the lowest. And California really charges truck drivers a lot for speeding tickets. I got a speeding ticket up in Washington earlier this year. Cost me $100 and something. And I was doing, 76 miles an hour in a 60, because I'm used to running 80 miles an hour. Get out there in Washington, I had the pedal down and got caught. Anyways, cost me $100 something. In California, that would have been a $600 ticket, almost $600 ticket for 76 and a 60, or 76 and a 55. Why these guys want to continue to run in and out of California is beyond me. With the highest fuel prices in the country and the slowest speed limits in the country, some of the worst roads in the country, what's the attraction? Most of you guys are getting paid by the mile or by the load. It's the same thing. By the load, by the mile, it's all the same thing. The more you drive, the more you make. The only thing that changes that is if you're on salary or hourly pay. So you guys that are running by the mile or by the load, I don't know why you guys stay in California. I don't even know why you guys cross the state line. If I was getting paid by the mile or by the load, I would absolutely refuse to go in and out of California. I would not cross the line. I would stop before I would turn down every single load going to California. I'm not going to pay the highest prices for fuel in the country. I'm not going to drive on the bumpiest, most third world countries' roads. And I'm not going to drive the slowest freaking speed limit in the entire country. There is absolutely zero reason for truckers to go in and out of California. One of these days, you guys will wise up and you'll say, nope, we're not going into California. They're not fixing the roads right. They won't open the rest areas like they're supposed to by federal law. You guys look up Jason's Law on commercial truck parking, and they depend on trucks entirely. If we'll stop running in California and get a hold of Sacramento and say, you guys can load your little tractor supply trailers up and haul your own fruit up to Washington and Canada. You guys haul your own produce. You guys go rent a U-Haul trailer and pull stuff out of the docks down south. Because we're not doing it. Fuck you, California.